Yo! Last time on Stargate Atlantis, we bartered.
Bruh, chill.
What it do, ski? It's your boy, Phaley McWhaley. Today, guys, we're checking out Stargate Atlantis. This one is season number 1, episode number 9. Last time in the show, we had Underground, and Taylor was hooking us up with some negotiations as we were trying to get food. The base of the Wraith. Some people died. We were not sneaky. That being said, let's see what episode 9 has got, guys. So as always, don't forget to smack the like button and subscribe if you guys haven't already. That being said, let's get right into it. Oh, what the hell? We got a Stairway to Heaven gate? What the fuck is this?
I've never seen so much nothing.
And I've never walked so far to see it.
The only structures on this planet would be in the immediate area around the Stargate.
I thought you hated wearing these suits.
I'm already I'm already intrigued.
Energy readings are amazing. It's like it's coming from all around us.
Figure out a way we can use it?
Not yet.
All right. Then let's call it a mission.
Wait. There's such thing as pure science. Not everything has to be immediately useful. You know, for that matter, I don't think we need to wear the hazmat gear.
That's kind of risky, man.
Now you tell me.
All right, this one appears to be a wash. Unless...
Oh, wait.
What's going
Hold
on?
You want it useful? It looks like the gate is actually drawing power from the atmosphere.
So?
Hello? Hey, Mom, I'm sorry. I'm recording right now. Thanks.
Talking about a lot of energy here.
How much is a lot?
What, in terms of joules or ergs?
In terms of lots.
Well, lots. Enough to open a wormhole back to Earth.
Yo! That's what I'm saying. We'll jar it up, sell it, start powering connection. Because that's the one thing about this show, like, because we're stranded, right? So eventually we're going to have to figure out a way to go back home. Pretty early on, though. It's probably a failed attempt. We were talking about which theme bangs more, the SGA theme or the SG1 theme. I've obviously listened to that one, SG1, many more times. This one's kind of hot, though.
I thought the Atlantis gate was the only one capable of dialing Earth.
It is, but that's because it's the only one with a
Home.
control crystal that allows an 8th chevron. It doesn't matter. As long as
Don, my boy!
I can make the other gate work.
You're suggesting we remove it from our DHD M5S?
Oh, I'm amped.
4?
Oh,
Yes.
I'm amped.
Isn't that risky?
I believe it is being generated somehow in the atmosphere itself.
The fog.
Yes.
Wasn't fun.
Whatever it is.
Well, how do you know?
I don't yet.
We'd be taking the risk that it might be a one-way trip.
I'm sure someone will volunteer.
Yeah.
You?
No, we need you.
Believe it or not, I would only go if I knew there was a good chance I could come back. We can send a message to Stargate Command, let them know that we're okay.
Okay, the connections begin. Interesting how Dawn is, it says Dawn's in here, not O'Neill. Or, you know what I mean, RDA.
So how easy
If they're sending a
will it be to
message.
put that thing?
I'll put it back together again.
Do you not run the risk of disabling the other Stargate?
Only if I screw up, which is extremely unlikely.
840 years.
What?
That's how long it will take us to come get you by puddle jumper.
But you would do that, right?
Of course we will.
However, I may require some assistance.
Major?
Lieutenant?
Yes, sir.
Going down the command. McKay, especially in this show, they're really are leaning on him to just like solving everything. But it doesn't come across, maybe because we met him in SG1 and we already know he's like one of the most you know, brilliant guys. It doesn't seem like they're just like, yo, he can solve anything. It seems like reasonable for some reason. That was a poorly explained explanation, but you know what I'm saying? I don't feel like, oh, they're just making him be able to do everything at any moment. I'm like, no, it makes sense. He's a genius.
Bruh, chill.
Atlantis,
It doesn't come off tacky.
Go ahead.
Or like
ready to begin work on
redundant.
the DHD.
That's so unfortunate. We haven't even stopped the ghouls, and now we're gonna tell them about the Wraith. Feels bad.
War and Peace.
He's on the first page. He's pulling a LeBron.
Some heavy reading. McKay's right. If this works and we are able to establish a wormhole back to Earth,
You know, this conversation is going where I think it's headed. You can put your mind at rest. I'm not going anywhere. I haven't read my book. Understand that too.
what are you saying? I'm not needed here?
I said I'd understand.
Well, thank you. But I made a commitment.
Of course, in all fairness, life-sucking aliens were a part of the brochure.
I'm staying.
Good.
She's spearheading this.
Won't be the same without you.
Well, this is gonna be pretty big now.
This works.
Once
You wanna go back?
back home figures it out.
Why not?
Because Atlantis can't afford to lose me.
Dimension yet too important to ignore.
Yep.
I'd love to see my grandma. She thinks I'm somewhere in Afghanistan or
On
something.
the other hand, if anyone's going, it should be someone that commands respect to the SGC and yet has the patience, knowledge, and determination to bring them up to speed and find a way to bring the cavalry back here.
Word of the discovery has already spread throughout the base.
I've noticed.
It is to be expected, faced with the prospect of being reunited with loved ones, returning to familiar ground.
Yeah, I'd love to go back. Just wish I knew I could gate back here, then I'd go in a heartbeat.
Yeah, they just need that security.
It'd be wonderful to see your world.
You could help me with the briefing. You know more about the Pegasus Galaxy than anyone.
That's actually
And there's all
fair
those
too.
Cool Earth things I talked about, football, Ferris wheels. Oh,
The double, bubble,
do you remember the last of the popcorn we ate? We could get
more.
If we knew we could return.
Unscheduled activation.
Same as before. All indications are that the gate's drawing power from the atmosphere and there's enough for an 8 Chevron lock.
Okay, confirmed.
Well, it's just sort of a big moment.
Big deal, yeah.
I thought we had been in contact for some time.
We're ready.
Go ahead.
How many months is it? It's been a few, like maybe like what, like 4 months maybe?
Please work.
We back in business?
Stargate Command, this is Dr. Elizabeth Weir of the Atlantis expedition. Do you read?
Touchdown?
This is Sergeant Harriman of Stargate Command.
Let's
This better not be a
go!
joke.
No joke, Sergeant. I'm sending my personal IDC.
The Asgard are in the process of fitting Prometheus with engines capable of reaching other galaxies.
Excuse me?
We're mounting a mission to find out what happened to you.
Excuse me?
Are you serious?
Yes, ma'am. Come through now and you could be back in Pegasus inside of a month.
This is big. I was gonna say we haven't heard any updates since the first episode or so.
Who's going?
Welcome back to Earth.
My boy.
Potential rewards justify the risk of maintaining a continued presence on the Atlantis base.
Unfortunately, Doctor, your preliminary report has given the Pentagon cause for concern. It would make them an enemy even more dangerous than the ghoul.
Exactly.
There are those who believe it would be prudent to cut our losses and abandon the Pegasus Galaxy altogether.
Well, you
We're
can't.
talking about a race that defeated the ancients.
Over its years in operation, Stargate Command has encountered a number of threats that could well have brought about the destruction of this world.
In the case of the Wraith, however, we have a choice.
So we're just going to turn tail and run.
And
The Pentagon
screw the
would
entire
prefer to
galaxy.
call it a strategic withdrawal.
They won't come after us.
That's also
Right,
true.
General, they feed on human life forms. Now they know there's a smorgasbord waiting for them here.
Kind of
I
alerted
don't
them
think
already.
we have a choice. Not to mention our responsibility to the other humans who live there.
Responsibility.
We did wake up the Wraith. And while, yes, that would have happened eventually, it puts us in a unique position to help those people. We can't just walk away.
You have to double down on your investment.
Rest assured, your recommendation will be given consideration at the highest level.
Surprised the briefing went as quickly as it did.
You were very thorough, Major.
Thank you, sir. Very generous.
You've done your country a great service, son. You deserve it.
So I guess, I mean, yeah, the SGC, like, you know, SG-1 team's probably busy doing whatever. For a split second, I was like, could this be a multiverse story? I don't think it would be way too early to do anything like that.
Hello, Simon.
My God. When did you...
Simon. No, this is sweet. Okay, what's Rodney's pad looking like?
No new message.
Aw, rip.
Must have been a power failure or something.
We are controlling the transmission.
Excuse me?
If we wish to make it louder, we will bring up the volume. If we will control the vertical.
Thank you, Major. I have traded in many marketplaces. Yes, of course. If we had never suffered the Wraith, would my people have created a civilization such as this?
I'm starting to wonder about a few things myself.
It's too good.
What's wrong to you?
That's what I'm
I
saying.
mean one thing. I mean,
That's what I'm saying. First of all, where's the SGC members? Why is General Hammond there? It would be O'Neill, unless I assumed it was like a, whatchamacallit? The possibility, like, could this be like sort of like a fake out? But okay, it looks like it is. Whoa, okay.
Hey, Sedge. Did you miss me? Did you miss me, girl?
I smell a goated episode.
I don't know how many times I watched that damn tape you left me.
To be honest, the Pegasus Galaxy didn't make my list.
I am sorry.
I imagine my security clearance doesn't let you tell me what you've been doing while you were there.
Oh, extracting intel. Simon says.
Beautiful.
No, I don't fuck with the I've learned one thing in this show already. Don't trust the necklaces or jewelry. That's definitely a transmitter, dog.
Something wrong?
What did she pick up?
No. Yes, I understand. Thank you.
Whoa. That's a cool shirt.
I have a date with a girl in 302. She's been taking care of the cat for the whole time I was away. And
We dropped the
I
ball.
know, I'm here I am trying to pawn my cat off on a neighbor, and I end up with that. I was just gonna come home, unwind, get a good night's rest, and come back refreshed, ready to start work on a solution. But now it hit me. This time around, all we need for it to do is to have enough energy to establish the briefest of connections. By my calculations, approximately, 3.5 microseconds. Now, at the time, I just assumed that was an effect of the gate's residual energy signature. Having given it some thought, I realized that can't account for such sizable variances, which leaves only one possible explanation.
You'll forgive me, Doctor. This all seems a little far-fetched.
Well, think of it like making a long-distance call to someone you know is going to accept the charges. All you have to do is dial.
All right, I'll have the ZPM delivered to the lab.
I've been thinking about what happened. Thank you.
Notice how there's no other staff that's recognizable.
I know it's a bit of a setback. No, I am not about to abandon my expedition team.
Mm-hmm.
I'll see what I can do, but I'm not making any promises.
No, my boy.
You gotta talk to somebody about this for me.
Look, I'm sorry. If those are the orders you received, it's out of my hands.
Do you know something that I don't? Because the last time I checked, the Prometheus was critically damaged, and the only ZPM in our possession didn't have the power to run a car stereo.
Oh, look at the doggo. So what did she pick up on the kiss, though? That's what I'm
Would
interested
it be
in.
so bad if you had to stay? It is tough to compete with the greatest adventure in human history.
And now I feel guilty about being back.
Because of the people you left behind?
Yeah, speaking of Shepard, what are him and Taylor up to?
Oh, yeah. Well, guys gotta have a lot of space.
Dang, Shepard's living nice.
I bet they're still, perfect. Nice and cold.
And this is...
It's called beer.
Colby.
Is all this for recreation?
Yeah, I got pretty much everything you can imagine, don't I?
Of course. I'm sure she is fine.
Do all the main protagonists of the SG series
As
have
I am sure they are.
a telescope?
I'm sure.
Yo, the swiftness.
Well, you wouldn't know that from this, would you? This might as well say Bing Tittle Tittle Bong. I mean, it's complete gibberish.
Big tittle
Let's
tittle.
get out of here. I'll do it.
Surely red flags have got to be going now, right?
It turns out Dr. McKay has found a solution that will enable us to open a wormhole back to Pegasus.
He has. Why wasn't I informed?
Doctor, the Atlantis mission has been reassessed.
What does that mean?
In light of the intelligence you brought us concerning the Wraith, it's been decided that the Atlantis' presence should be military.
Our allies have agreed to this?
They did.
This has got to be
Sorry,
all
Doctor,
cap.
But you've been relieved of your duties.
It's for sure.
Okay, wait a minute. I am not saying that there shouldn't be an increased military presence, but the mission must remain the same.
He dialed in about an hour ago to check on your progress. We informed him of the situation, and he agrees with our assessment. Major Shepard stated categorically it's the only way to ensure the security.
They're separating all of us. Let's all link up together like the Avenger and have a conversation. Exactly.
Why?
You passed through town without seeing us, did you, Shep? So you can invite us in or what?
Oh no, they're vampires. That's it.
Sure, what the hell?
Well, actually, Wraith. Yo, the Wraith are doing intelligence work right now to figure out how to get to Earth. Confirmed.
Run a diagnostic on the ZPM.
What the
These are
hell?
results I keep getting back.
This is a multiverse
You're
story.
not a scientist, Rodney.
On
Whoa.
The window.
Maybe there's a problem with your equipment.
What is going
I
on?
checked. It's fine.
Look, if your solution doesn't work, it's not your fault. We'll just have to accept the fact that we can't go back.
What?
Wait. I'm getting popped right now. Do they all go through? Are they all experiencing different versions of the situation now? What?
Our boys were pinned down. So hot shot here.
With what on it?
Tanks. You're welcome.
Yeah, that was, priceless.
Tell you what, that was some flying, Shep.
Ah, it's pizza time.
Looks like we are having a party.
At the very least, I thought it'd be kept in the loop.
Oh, now you're just being paranoid. Why don't you go home, spend some time with Simon?
She never mentioned him.
Yes. I just don't remember ever telling you that.
Woohoo! Got him.
Well, how else would I have known?
This is all a dream. You used to read Word Up magazines. Salt and Pepper and Heavy D up in the limousines.
One of the most. Shep spent half the night talking to this guy.
Yeah, that was funny.
This is literally like that Farscape episode.
Remember?
Then 2 days later, you guys were killed outside Kabul.
Oh my god. You got yeeted on.
They say this reality isn't governed by any natural laws. Like looking through a microscope at a cell culture and seeing 1,000 dancing hamsters. It's impossible. Because what I'm realizing is all of this is a lie. This, and this, and this.
Holy shit! Like, you have to realize how smart you have to be to confirm that.
Your chopper took an RPG when it touched.
Oh my god! Holy shit!
There's barely enough left. You guys have been dead for years.
You didn't do your research!
Now, don't get me wrong. It's really nice seeing you. I don't even remember your name, but I remember you wouldn't even date me.
Shep, Doctor.
Whoa.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you're acting pretty strange.
Oh, I'm acting strange, huh?
Yo! Let it bang!
Major! Okay, the Rodney McKay I know would never accept the militarization of Atlantis without putting up a fight.
I mean, think of it like a blessing. You have a life, you can get back to it now.
Cap, look at all this.
Okay, no, I'm not buying this anymore.
You shot me!
You're already dead.
Sir, give it.
No, he's with the gang. He's with the gang.
Beginning to have my doubts about you too, Lieutenant.
No.
Put them.
Actually, I don't know. Taylor's only been the one with him this entire time.
Somebody, explain to me what the hell is going on here.
Well, okay, wait. See what?
Okay, no more lies.
There's no point in deluding you any longer.
No, they're gaseous beings.
Now you know.
So they've all just been unconscious this entire time when they got to the
Where's
planet.
Rodney?
The real Dr. McKay and the rest of his team reside in their own illusory worlds.
So once they see, they shouldn't have took off the helmets.
What happened? You know, home for the last 11 months has been a research base in Antarctica.
Manipulating his own fabricated reality.
Think about the scenarios I could have.
Well, because of he has a
Realities you
gene.
experienced were fabrications of your own minds. Now, since you had no memories of Earth to draw from, you shared in Major Shepard's illusion.
Ah. And we don't care enough about Ford to give him his own.
In which to live out the remainder of your life.
Excuse me?
What?
That's not gonna work for us.
Even now, you are simply experiencing a shared fabrication.
So what do we do, GG?
Best if you.
Good luck, have fun.
What do you want us to do? Just pretend?
Why would you do this?
To protect ourselves.
From us?
So the energy readings we picked up, they were life signs.
Oh.
We are the mist. Every
Oh.
time the gate is activated, lives are lost.
Oh.
Over time, explorers have come and gone to ensure our secrecy.
Oh, this
When
is
you
so
came
cool.
back, we grew concerned. We had no choice but to enter your mind.
This is so
When we
sick.
discovered what you were about to do, we were forced to take preventive measures. The amount of energy required to gate to another galaxy would have killed millions of our kind.
Can y'all wait? Y'all can't just like part the seas or something, like move around, like you're mist. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess it's the energy. Regardless, it's still gonna kill people. This is so epic. I don't mean to throw this back to 2009 here, but that was epic. This is epic.
You never dialed the gate, you just imagined you did. You are unconscious even now on the planet's surface.
These guys are broken. This is the Asgard times 2. I mean, not Asgard, the Nox.
Burnett, of course, I should have known. Yeah, well, so we need food, we need water. I mean, we need food.
Just you make the most of the time you have left.
Yo, these guys are nutty.
Killing us in order to save yourself.
I
Yep.
believe you would do the same.
Yep, they would.
Our friends will come look.
But then after it's gonna
Others
be.
of your kind.
They'll show up.
More.
Sooner or later, they'll figure out how to access the gate. Then millions of your kind will die.
Okay, we're all catching on. Let's figure out a compromise.
Don't leave people behind. And
It's
if
a
you were
motto.
really General Hammond, you'd know that.
We promise we will never return.
Yeah,
Ever.
on the ban list.
You will not have to fear us ever again. I give you my word.
How can you make such a promise when you so desire to return home?
Sure. We'd like to go home. We're not willing to kill millions of your kind to do it. You're in our heads right now. You should know we mean that.
Ugh. This is soundtrack? So I was right, y'all shouldn't have been so quick to take off the damn masks. Oh, they're surrounded in people. They're breathing them.
Sound negative because that would be, you know, so not me.
You have my word.
I need to get the control crystal out of the DHD. Shouldn't take more than a few minutes. Give you a hand.
I can't get over how epic this
Thank you.
episode was. This was so cool.
Trust in us.
How do I know she wasn't suggesting we pull a double fake out of our own and dial her damn crystal? I'll do the dial.
Wow. Wow. That was such a sick episode of Stargate Atlantis. Holy smokes.
Bruh, chill.
And that was my reaction video to Stargate Atlantis season number 1, episode number 9. I gotta say, guys, I was really impressed with this episode. The execution, the overall storyline, the sort of exposition at the end. This has been my favorite episode of SGA by far. This in general, and even including Stargate SG-1, this is such a unique story that is going to be cemented in my mind, most definitely. I thought this was such an epic story, from it sort of being their first chance at going home, genuinely actually thinking that this is going to be some sort of first connection back to Earth. I was convinced that there was definitely red flags, and I even commented on them. One, the fact that Don returned, and he was a general still. As the episode started unwinding, where's the SG-1 team? Actors obviously wouldn't return. I thought it might have been like an actor's sort of contractual thing, but no. And then as they all started going their own ways, it definitely started to be much more reminiscent of like that Farscape episode, where it's sort of more reminiscent of like an episode where like they're being altered with. But I didn't know if it was like them all going to their own unique sort of, they all got split up into different like multiverse realities, right? That's sort of what I was leaning on. But it ended up being that these gaseous beings, and the idea that they've been killing them by using the gate. Such a dope story, and I love the way that it unraveled. And it's not like they all jumped to conclusions right away. I thought the pacing was really great as well, that sort of let us see how each of them would relive their own lives. And this is our first steps into someone like McKay's personal life, into a little bit more in depth into Shepard and his previous stories, and his different experiences in the military, to friends, to his pad, but I don't think that actually was his pad. I think they commented on that, to how Taylor would react genuinely to Earth. So this was a really compelling episode for the fact that we got to have it sort of like a going home storyline, but it also being a fake out of a going home story. Taylor's first interactions with Earth to some capacity, seeing what Shepard does if he were to come back. They just did a lot of things, and I thought they did them all so well. The scores were great. The emotional beats there with Simon and Weir, to the return of Dawn, and he just nailed again his performance here as this sort of high being playing Hammond. I thought he did a great job. It was nice to see him. Obviously, it's been a little while since we've seen him in the series, and I just really thought this was a brilliant episode of the show. Yeah, really. I also love seeing a character like Rodney getting frustrated at why the numbers weren't adding up, and then just sort of like lashing out, and again, just cementing how much of a intellectual gangster he is, you know what I'm saying? That intellectual gangster, you know what I'm saying? Like just how much of a G is that he was even able to determine how quickly this reality was fabricated, and to even double down to like breaking the ZPM, even though if he, that's how confident he is, because he's that smart and that capable. I thought this was a really dope episode of Stargate Atlantis, and in general, even one of the coolest episodes I think we've seen in the series, including SG-1. In a little while here. That was SGA 1X9. What did you think about this one? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. When you saw this one for the first time, did you think that they were dead ass, like this was actually them going back to Earth? Did you think like the concept of them utilizing this energy from this mist? I'm like, that seems like that could make sense, and I was like, okay, dope. We're gonna bottle this up and we're gonna use them as like ways to get back and forth. But it also, on one hand, did seem a little too early to do something like that. But you know, you never know. So with that being said, y'all, I'd love to hear what you guys thought about this one. As always, don't forget to smack the like button and subscribe if y'all haven't already. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you guys for episodes number 10 and 11 of SG for this week, and episodes 10 and 11 for SGA, if I'm not mistaken. So with that being said, love you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Out the gate.